My world had been turned upside down. I was lost in a strange land. Confused, so many questions left unanswered. Yay, I need your guidance. Koban, don't fail me now.
I'm with you, Shaq. I never left.
Who is my real mother?
I do not know, but something tells me by the end of this game, you'll find out. I have sensed the presence of another obelisk somewhere close to Fiji.
How the hell do I get to Fiji?
Goodbye.
What the hell is that? Oh man, my favorite child actress. It breaks my heart to see someone so talented fall so far. I wish I could help, but right now, I could really use that jetpack. I dropped in like death from above and got right to kicking ass. I could retire here. Palm trees, warm island breeze.
Any questions?
Who? I can't decide whether to wear chaps or lederhosen to the cotillion.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
So welcome to this. Now, the guys that you see turning blue are technically a special kind of unit. A certain amount of time goes by, and then they grow a little bit. And while they're in that state, they take more hits, and you also can't use the Shaq Slam forward charge move on them. They'll just block it.
So it's like that one character from Way of the Warrior.
Oh, Major Gains.
Yeah, because he just kind of grows and shrinks.
I need to get back to playing Way of the Warrior. No, I don't. No, I don't.
Yeah, exactly. You don't need to. You're better off.
We're better off just springing that on random people for unannounced fighting game tournaments.
Well, now you're just spoiling the surprise. Whenever there's a panel called Mystery Fighting Game Tournament, they're gonna expect that.
Oh, that's not the only mystery fighting game I have for tournament purposes.
I recognize that symbol.
I mean, I have one, but...
Sorry, I ain't a latex kind of guy.
Then you're on the wrong private island.
These are incredibly annoying enemies. What they'll do is they have a whip attack, much like the chain demons from the previous stage, except I think it's the third attack, they will do an electrified whip. And if you get hit with that, you're stuck until you shake the control stick back and forth in a certain rhythm. And as that's going on, you can just get pummeled by every other enemy on screen.
Yeah, electric whips will do that. I had a question about the character portraits. I feel like some of the poses were taken straight from the first Shaq Fu as like a reference.
Yeah, that was pointed out to me, and I can't unsee it now. Particularly the one where Shaq takes damage.
Yeah, but like when the game introduced like the whip character, that portrait I swear I've seen in like the original Shaq Fu. And it's not the first time too. There were like other characters, I think like all the female-ish ones that were introduced via dialogue. It's just that I wasn't sure. Like, I had a feeling that maybe that was the case, but I didn't want to, you know, throw my bet out.
I would have to do side-by-side comparisons on that, but I do see the similarities. Also, fortunately, these wooden signs are much, much more durable than the ones that the babyface villains had. These can take, I believe, I can't remember if it's 7 or 9 shots before breaking.
I mean, considering how wide it is, of course it's more durable.
It's also more professionally made.
It looks like something you use in a capture the flag game type. It's time to capture the Shaq.
You can't catch Shaq. Shaq catches you.
That's horrifying. You just get caught by Shaq. What happens next? Other than that enemy rolling away like a god hand boss.
He puts you on an episode of Shaq and a Fool. That's what happens. Oh wait, have I even mentioned that to this point?
I think you have.
His so he works as an analyst for TNT on a lot of televised games, and he has this segment called Shaq and a Fool, which is basically an NBA blooper reel. He actually goes so far as to have mid-season and end-of-season awards for Shaq and a Fool for like the biggest screw-ups.
Okay, yeah, you mentioned that to me, but not on here. So yeah, you could definitely keep going with that. It's Shaq's top 10 most painful eliminations of the day.
Now there are a lot of people who show up on this, but by far the one that's the most infamous is a guy named JaVale McGee. He is a 2-time MVP of Shaq and a Fool. Also, he's not allowed to be shown on the show anymore.
Why? Why is that the case?
Now, I'm just assuming you don't know who JaVale McGee is. He's been in the NBA for over 10 years, and he's pretty much an average player. He usually doesn't start games, he hasn't made an all-star team or an all-NBA team. But for whatever reason, whenever he makes a mistake in a game, it is the most spectacular, comedic, cartoonish mistake he can possibly make. After a while, Shaq actually made a play on words because there was another famous basketball player named Magic Johnson. He just started calling JaVale McGee Tragic Bronson because of all the weird screw-ups he would make. Well, after being on the show quite a few times, McGee got pissed off and started prodding Shaq about it, and they got in this huge Twitter fight over it. At the end of it, Shaq basically said, JaVale McGee's name is not going to be mentioned on the show anymore. And it's partially because McGee's team at the time, the Golden State Warriors, requested the TNT network not mention McGee on the show anymore.
Wow.
So basically, McGee ran to his dad and said, "They're making fun of me."
Looks like you've been shagging the Fool too much.
Oh, by the way, there's a new enemy type.
Yeah, I noticed.
They get really annoying when they fly in the air, so you have to jump kick them to get them back on the ground. Fortunately, while they're still in the air, the shockwave move still works on them. I just find it funny that people constantly refer to LeBron James as a crybaby, and he kind of is. And yet, other players do shit like this, and nobody bats an eye. It's also just kind of funny that the Golden State Warriors were involved in it, because they are extremely talented basketball players, but they are such man-children when it comes to any form of criticism.
Big Bucks basketball. So my biggest problem with this game is all these segments that feel like they go on minutes too long.
Yeah, the enemy count in this game, as opposed to other beat-em-ups, is just so drastically different. It's kind of closer to a Dynasty Warriors game than an actual beat-em-up. Except I shouldn't say that, because in this game the enemies actually fight back now and then.
Yeah, and I don't think Lu Bu grows to major gain size either.
He should.
Yeah, he should.
Now, if this segment goes on too long, they will just start carpet bombing the entire area. And I can't remember if I showed that off or not. I think I did.
I'm pretty sure it happened earlier in the level already.
This is just ridiculous.
Oh my god.
Another blimp?
I'm sorry, I looked at the timeline. This is not even halfway done.
This is one of the longer levels in the game. This game would be so much better if they just cut in half some of these enemy encounters.
Oh shit, B-ball?
These guys in particular, they're some of the biggest damage sponges in the game, but fortunately they have a counter where you can just knock off huge chunks of their health bar.
Shut your pie hole.
His freaking wind-up noise. Oh my god.
Well, he's charging up.
And it took him a bit to realize he got behind him.
Well, when you get to about that size, you get a little slower. Sometimes your brain slows down too.
Sometimes you can B-ball humans.
Oh, yeah, these enemies are actually so big. If you jump and land on top of them, you'll actually freeze in the air for a moment. And then slide off of the character model.
Alright, time for a 30-minute screen.
Wait, we don't
Because you're just gonna be Pickle Shack.
Now, that 100 enemies is going to take longer than you think, so I'm gonna load up some trivia. Can you name any movies Shaq has starred in other than Kazan and Steel?
Are some of them two-word titles or
Yes.
more? Can you give me some hints?
Okay, one of them is The.
The Shack.
Close enough. The Wash.
Okay.
I'll give you a hint for another one. Grown.
Wait, what?
Grown.
Grown-ups?
Grown Ups 2.
Oh.
So you thought this sequence was over? No.
Now you gotta do 200. Oh, for fuck's sake. Alright, humor me here. Is it gonna be 300 next?
No.
Okay. What other movies we got?
I mentioned Uncle Drew in a previous video. I think that's coming out soon if it hasn't come out already. But he's in that too.
Yeah, I have no idea about that.
I'll just name 4 others. Blended, Show Dogs, Blue Chips, and The Smurfs 2.
Oh no.
I thought Shaq could only play big characters.
Well, Shaq is the biggest Smurf out of them all.
Can you tell me how many Golden Razzies he's won?
5.
Okay, this is actually kind of a trick question. He's been nominated for 3 Golden Razzies, but he's never actually won a Golden Razzie.
All those went to Halle Berry.
You can only assume. Do I still have to? Oh yeah, I still have plenty of time for trivia. How about more nicknames?
Okay.
Is this Shaq's nickname or someone else's nickname? The Mailman.
Someone else.
Correct, that's Carl the Mailman Malone. He always delivers. How about the big conductor?
Hold on, I'm just looking at this Mario RPG segment.
So
Oh
these,
my god.
the placement of these,
Good!
the placement
Alright,
of
what were you
those,
saying?
the location of those changes depending on where you are. So if you just stay in one place, they'll keep rolling down the same location. Now, I've been playing pretty solid up until this point, but I'm going to spoil something that happens here. You are actually going to see Shaq die at some point in this segment. Because these mines, you saw that they did like a little damage before, but if you get in front of or land on top of them, they are a one-hit kill to you.
That doesn't make sense.
I just got a little over-anxious about getting ahead of these guys, so at some point you're going to see Shaq just bonsai drop on one of these mines and kill himself. This is back when I still cared about getting a decent score on the levels.
Yeah, I was about to say, the coins are worthless?
Yeah, the coins don't really do anything. They add to your point counter at the top, but the game doesn't really keep track of, it doesn't have leaderboards or anything for scores on levels.
Shaq, no! Alright, that was a good LP. Oh.
Nope, we gotta do it again.
Alright, good. Fast forward. That never happened.
I just fast forwarded to the end of that segment because you do not need to see all that again.
So this is where the invasion's been coming from?
Now, did you enjoy that?
You gotta do it again.
Let's do it again.
Oh, that wasn't one hit kill because Shaq throws it harder than these little wimps.
Well, yeah, the other ones just fall from the sky and then start rolling, whereas Shaq actually kicks them and starts them rolling.
Alright, this music's driving me nuts. I could barely hear it, but when I do, I just like, please stop.
Is it the whistle effects?
It's just the kind of music it is. Because I don't think I hear whistling.
Every once in a while there's a...
It just seems more carnival than anything.
It's sort of a mix between carnival and parade.
Yeah, I was about to say. That's also applicable. So are these Germans? I never got to ask.
Sort of. The whole level's basically, like... They don't actually come out and say this, but it's basically Shaq storming a Nazi camp.
Yeah, like, the accents kind of give that impression.
And if you try listening to the lyrics of the song, it's like, Lieder, Hosen, Hosen, Pausen, Weissen. Shoutouts to Germany.
Wait, did I hear Scheitze in the lyric?
Yes.
Oh man, they swore! We gotta up the age rating of the Shaq Fu. No, I'm ready. This is shit. Although, wait, did they even swear in this game?
Well, they were saying ass a lot earlier.
Well, in one way or another. Ugh. The fact that I'm even back after that is kind of... Ugh.
Yeah, you recovered quickly from that.
No, there was a big recording gap. Let's not hide it. In fact, I don't even remember when the last episode came out.
I think it was
Seemed like
over
there
a week
was
ago.
Yeah, not available to do some Shaq, real life Shaq stuff going the way. Blame that bitch Kobe if you want.
Okay, more nickname trivia. Is this Shaq or someone else?
Can this fucking end, please?
The Big Conductor.
Shaq.
Yes, because he conducted the Boston Pops one time.
As in parade conductor or
As in, like, orchestra
electrocuted?
conductor.
Okay, yeah, orchestra. Seriously, this is like 3 minutes too long. Oh my god.
It's okay, that's done.
No, there's another hill. I'm waiting for it. Now you go
what makes you
downhill.
think there's going to be another hill?
Because it's right there!
Okay, well, what makes you think there's going to be another sequence at the top of that hill? Because there isn't.
Okay. Oh.
No, we just get a boss fight.
Close the door, you bastard. I'm trying to lay a cable.
Better wipe it clean, because I'm about to put my foot in your ass.
Oh, Christ. Toilet paper's out again. You animals, palm fronds are not an acceptable replacement. Goddamn fronds are razor sharp. Ah, now the crap's everywhere. Ouch! Now I've got tequila in the wound. You want to eat? Let's eat!
Was that supposed to be Mel Gibson?
Yes.
Braveheart? Okay. So how does this fight go?
Shaq wins.
No, I mean, what does this boss do?
It swings its sword at you, and then it has another special attack that's related to the tequila it's been drinking.
So is it like Dead to Rights where you have to shoot the tequila out of his hand?
Not quite. You can, however, just use his random sword swipes in rage mode to take out any enemies that pop up on screen.
Yeah, those hitboxes, not even touching them.
Get this guy to Betty Ford.
Shaq, what does that mean?
Let's talk about the Betty Ford Clinic. It's a can't talk. Rehabilitation center that a lot of celebrities tend to go to.
Rehab.
So if you're in the air when he does this attack, you just won't get hit by it. But if you're walking on the ground, you'll usually get hit by like the first frame of the attack, and then that's it.
Alright. Also, the music changed.
Yeah, we went from, well, it obviously was Ride of the Valkyries, to not the Benny Hill theme.
I'm sorry, the sword's still swinging. It's the swipes. I'm hearing it.
He's that good. You know what it is? The sword was just swinging so fast you couldn't see it. It's like when a car's tires are spinning at a certain rate, it looks like the hubcap on it isn't moving at all.
Also, the music changed again. It's like 8-bit-ish, or... I don't... So what are all those guys going in the rocket for?
To go to space, obviously. Actually, if you've been paying attention to the deep storyline of this game, you probably saw some of those rockets landing in Shaq's hometown earlier. Because you can see that like a lot of these guys who were getting in the rockets are the ninjas that were in that stage.
I honestly don't remember.
I'm gonna give you a black eye.
Where's Yin Lo Wang?
She waits for you.
She? What? My birthmark. That's Hung Lo.
Got all that?
No.
Well, his hometown's being destroyed right now, so he needs to go back and basically defeat the big bad.
Oh, I thought that was stuff that already happened, and he just realized his prophecy has been almost fulfilled.
Now I have to figure out which Shaq face I make the thumbnail for this video.
I think I already gave away the one that it should be.
Yeah, do I go for the wide-eyed one? Do I go for the intense staring one? Or do I go for the one where he has his face in his hand?
Make a custom thumbnail where it's just all of them blended together.
Alright, got it.